Hi, it's Franklin with SongwritersVantage.com. We're here at the NAMM show, and we just got finished listening to an awesome set by Starving for Gravity. You guys got some really great hooks. I mean, that's the thing that I really felt the most, besides the energy and the excitement and the fun that you had. So when you're writing songs for the band, how does that process work? Is it one of you the main songwriter?
When it started, it was kind of a collaborative effort. Generally, Brad would come with a guitar riff or some kind of part, and then we would just build on that layer upon layer. But over the last, I don't know, year or two, probably, it's kind of shifted.
It's all D now.
It's our
I
bass
locked
player.
myself in a room.
He just,
Basically, I'm heartbroken right now.
That's where the best songs come from.
Generally, it starts with a guitar lick most of the time.
Starts with the
I
guitar.
mean, pretty much every song has started that way, which is kind of weird, but.
And now, are you guys writing collaboratively
Yeah.
as a group, right?
Yeah, we've always, in every aspect of the band, it's always got to be a collaborative thing. Whether
It's kind of like Miles Davis school of thought, where you like get good people together and you let them do their thing,
right,
and then whatever comes of that usually is pretty good. And obviously you go through like an editing phase too, where you're like, okay, this part's good, this part sucks. Let's try this again. Like, we try to push each other too to come up with better ideas.
So when you edit, do you ever go outside the group and get opinions from other people, or do you keep it within inside the group?
Yeah. Especially lately, working with our new producer Michael Lloyd, we bounce a lot of stuff off of him, but most of the time it's just kind of bounced off each other, and it's generally just a majority vote as to, well, do you like three guys like this? Do you? Well, okay, we'll compromise. It's it's very civil, and it's
not a dictatorship.
there's no well, I'm the singer, so it has to be like this. That's,
And you better not do it that way, or else.
Right.
No.
It's all very.
But yeah, Mark is very British when you write.
Yes.
Very British. But the wonders of modern technology these days allow us to collaborate in different ways. Like our process is we have Richard work his magic on the keys, and then plug it into the computer, all gather in a room, discuss what he's laid down. I give him like a verbal drum thing, like I'll have the cajon, for instance, I played today, and he'll
think of patterns.
Yeah.
And I can use them on like in my because I use like an audio workstation, and we are able to do scratch tracks and everything.
So he gives you some loops to work with?
Yeah, and he'll like say, hey, try this, like I'm gonna try to program it in, that kind of thing. So it's even if someone's not directly doing something, they're still inputting their thoughts into it. So that sort of like pool of thought is kind of where it's born out of, I guess.
And that's really something that I don't know if you're a new band or if you have distance issues with your members. It helps to have, like, we use Dropbox, and if
It's like file sharing.
if you can do a lot of file sharing, stuff like that, me and Richard and Brad will just sit one night and throw a whole song together, and they won't even have to be there. They'll just, come home from work, listen to it, go, okay, well, this needs to change, and I like this, I don't like this, and it's just kind of a big hurricane, but it makes sense.
Yeah, I know there's some companies that are trying to do like jamming together via like webcam. I don't know, we never tried any of that stuff, but I think we try to think that way, at least, in a sense of, if we're working together here, if someone can't be there that day, we try to get feedback from each other and throw input back into the pool via whatever method we
Richard,
can.
are you the techie of the band?
Yes.
I guess so, yeah. I have a home studio, so.
In preparation, after all that work has been done, and of course, day jobs are day jobs. You gotta make a living. The music industry is hard, of course. So you got multi.
Yeah.
So after all that work has been done, we gather together at our manager's house or somewhere, that we can spend like a whole day and go over all the parts that we've created and see how they gel in a live setting. Then after that's all, we were happy with it. We record ourselves, we watch this back, we all gather and watch it on TV, and we're like, from an objective perspective, from a commercial ear perspective, is always key. The musician's always the last to know what is good and what's not. All right, so that's like key, and then we go from there.
Yeah, you get engrossed in what you're doing, and if you write something, you're very in that sort of subjective point of view. You know, so you have to like back off from it. You have to back off for a while.
And you don't want to hear that it's got 3 ears and green teeth.
Even if it does, and that's the thing is,
Right. And maybe you want
enough
to
people tell you this is, an ugly kid, then you're like, oh man. Then you try to, have another, I guess.
And Brad, where do you come up with your guitar riffs? What's your inspiration for the guitar riffs?
Mostly nature.
Drugs in nature.
Drugs in nature, mostly.
Yeah, we go on weekend road trips to the woods.
It's also supposed to be vague. That's how musicians really work. It's all about vague.
That's great.
That's it comes from everywhere though. It comes from everywhere. Inspiration.
Inspiration.
Where does it come from?
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I really enjoyed your playing. I love the 335.
Oh, thanks.
You don't see a whole lot of them out in the world. And let's just go around. So we got Lucas,
Yes, sir.
we got Mark, Brad, Richard, and Deidre. When's the next CD going to be out? Or downloadable?
Well,
Download's going to be available.
That is actually what we are in the process of doing. Is kind of we literally had about half an album of material done, and then kind of adjusted our writing stylistically, I guess. So we're kind of going back, and it's going to be a little bit of a process. But I mean, we have tons of material. It's just a matter of getting in and getting it all cemented into
The editing process.
Yeah, it's really just the editing process.
The right identity to supply for the album
You know.
is what we're searching for right now.
Because we want the album to be dynamic and diverse, but you still have to find that vein that's going to be your the sound of that album for your band, and it has to coexist. So
Well, how do people find you?
MySpace, obviously, Starving for Gravity, and also
As long as it exists.
as long until it goes under, right?
Facebook.
But Facebook primarily is the way to go right now.
Facebook? Okay. just
And
Starving
like
for Gravity.
zebra.com.
Like, yeah, a new site,
Reverb
zebra.com.
Nation, we're on there.
Reverb
We're
Nation.
trying to run our social horizon.
ReverbNation.com,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Pretty much any site where you'll find a band, we are more than likely on it.
YouTube, we're all over YouTube.
yeah.
Go to YouTube, you'll be sick of us pretty quick.
Yeah.
And keep watching us in Music Connection magazine too. We're always getting written up, and
Yeah.
thanks to Eric and Hillary at Music Connection. Thank you so much, guys, for helping us out.
Yeah, a lot of support.
Yeah, it's a great magazine. We just talked with Eric, did an interview with him, and yeah, it's a great magazine. It's the Bible. So
It really is. I mean, you can't call it anything else. It's,
if you want to be in the music business, that's one.
exactly.
Well, guys, I know you're busy, and thanks again for taking a few minutes to talk with us. And wish you continued success, and look forward to
Pleasure.
hearing more. It's Franklin with SongwritersVantage.com. We'll see you again real soon.